Just in case some of y'all haven't heard the good news, Kingsland is Lovetown, USA. We have with us today Tanya Rosado, the Executive Director of the Kingsland Visitors Bureau, who has also been an instrumental part of coordinating and all of her behind-the-scenes efforts in making this actually come to Kingsland. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Teresa, thank you.
Well, would you kindly just give us some of the background and everything that it entailed?
Sure. It's actually been a very fun process. We've all learned a lot. TV world is new to most of us, so it started a couple months ago back in October. The mayor got a call from someone saying they were with the BBC and OWN, and they were doing a new television series, and we were one of the potential locations for the series. So at the time, there were about 40 communities that were in the running to be considered as a location. So we went through about 2 months of holding different events and sending them videos and all kind of background information, trying to show the world why we deserve to be selected as Lovetown USA. So we had a big town hall meeting in December, and the exec team came in and they met with local businesses and community leaders, and they scouted the area. And the town hall meeting was fabulous. We had great support. Everyone really came out and showed the great spirit that Camden County has. And so we found out in January that we were selected, so we were all grateful and excited about that, but that's when the real work started.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we have met with the executive producers, and they are incredibly, absolutely fabulous. Very, 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 very gave good instruction. One of the important things that I was really impressed with, which Tanya can elaborate on, is that just to stop any misconceptions people may have, since it's called Lovetown, it is definitely not a reality show with setting up singles. It's not a hookup type of program. Oprah Winfrey, and well, actually, I'll let Tanya tell you a little more.
Okay. Actually, they're going to be filming 8 episodes here, and like Teresa said, it's Oprah's baby. She really has her hands in on this show, and although matchmaking is part of it, it is just one small part of it. And the bigger element of the show is examining what happens to a community when the community focuses on love. I think what we do great in this community is we come together in times of need, and we help people out when they need it. But what happens to us when we concentrate on love and the different types of love, be romantic love being one version of that, or neighborly love, or random acts of kindness, or maybe some unsung heroes that really don't want recognition but deserve it. One of the ideas that we have is to pay it forward and kind of follow how that happens and see where it ends up. And so it's really a call to action for the community to focus on the great things about our community and the love that already exists in our community for this next month, and see what the effects of that are on our community. So we're really excited about that. There's actually a core group of people, and anyone's invited. It was just kind of those that kind of started with the idea and keep going. The show's going to call them the Army of Volunteers, and although the singles that are in the show will be 8 cast members, the 9th cast member really is this community army of volunteers who get together and do great things in our community.
One of the things that I was really impressed with as well, excuse me, was the analogy that the producers used about communities coming together. And Oprah was mentioning, I believe, that in times of like a natural disaster and things like that is when people usually get that heart and soul and spirit and join together to make the community better. And this, with the pay it forward and everything, is the way for the community to come together without a disaster.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a great, and how did they put it? A social
documentary. Yeah. So it's basically a show about our community. There's no script. There's no. They have some plans for some events to happen to kind of showcase the community, and they're giving everyone in town an opportunity to get on camera and be on TV. So it really is a documentary about how our town changes when we concentrate on love, and which is really exciting, a little intimidating, because no one knows how it's going to end or where it's going to go, but it's a great concept. Evidently it's a first of its kind, and we're just really excited to be in the spotlight.
definitely. By the way, as Tanya mentioned, y'all, everybody's welcome to come on out to the different events, which we'll discuss in our next episode. But when you do come out, keep in mind, do not wear any T-shirts or anything with any type of national logo. That will end up on the cutting room floor and you won't make it. And then also, when there is a date for the function, a time, show up early, because every time you go to a different function, every time you go to a different event, you have to sign an unpaid talent release form, which is in essence giving them permission to use your person on television for what they're filming. So we will get back to you with the events that are going to be coming up. And what are the actual the dates that they're going to be filming? I know you mentioned it earlier, but they'll be
I think they're going to start filming on February 12th, and they're going to be here through about the 15th of March. So we have a good month. It's about 60 people coming to town, and they're staying in our hotels, and they're eating in our restaurants, and they're visiting our bars and meeting our community. So it's great from an economic standpoint, really bringing some money to the community at a time when we need it. So we're grateful all around for the exposure and for them coming and visiting us.
Yes. Matter of fact, the exposure will give us residual effects as far as people coming to visit and eating, staying in our hotels, eating our food. So keep watching Camden TV today. Tanya, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And stay tuned. We'll be back in a little while with some of the events that are going to be coming up.